All right, so what are we doing? I want to build a wheel stander. And it's funny, that used to never be my thing. I always thought the exhibition stuff was like kind of silly. Like, why wouldn't you just want to race? And then with doing the races this past year with Headstone and Blastro, Tom, and going out and doing the exhibition runs, it's really a lot of fun. And you're not sitting in staging lanes for forever because you're the featured act, right? They call you up and you make your runs and you wait until the next call, which is way more my style and definitely way more my budget. I don't need to be the fastest of whatever it is that I'm doing. If I'm in the mix, I'm happy. If I'm respectable amongst my peer group, that's all I need to be. I don't need to, chase a number all the time. So, anyways, I came up with this idea of, well, let's look for a Corvair van. The rear engine, put another engine in the back, and, I feel like the urban legend that everyone has always said is, you take a Corvair and you put a Toronado 455 or a Cadillac 500 in the back and you do wheelies. Well, we're going to test that theory. I'm sure it is not as easy as that, just like all the people that tell me about all their friends' vans that used to do wheelies back in the 80s. They didn't. Anyways, so found a very, very clean Corvair on Marketplace, and put a deposit down on that. We're gonna go pick that up at the end of the month. I found an Eldorado on Marketplace up in Michigan, not far from actually where I got the Dodge from, and hoping to go get that next weekend. It's a 425 engine, so it's a little down. It's not the 500, and it's a 78, so it's kind of anemic on power, but that's okay because I've never piloted a wheel stander before, and my dad hasn't done it on purpose. I think he wants to drive this thing too, so we'll start with low power. It's still gonna have a ton of torque, and learn how to drive, learn how to steer with the rear brakes, all that kind of fun stuff. So went out to the Halloween Classic yesterday and met up with Goddard, which I was so happy that he was going to be in town. And he is so nice, so full of information and willing to share it, which is huge. And he let me crawl all around his van, showed me, pointed out all kinds of things. We didn't get a ton of time to talk, but he gave me the highlights of stuff. And I will definitely be using him as a huge resource in the coming months or year. So one thing, because I don't know anything about transaxles or anything like that. I don't know how they work. I don't know how the diff is. But once I got to see his van and how it's set up, now I knew what I could look for. And one of the things was it's 9-inch Ford, and he's got it installed backwards, so the ring and pinions on the backside, and the transaxle just goes directly to that with a little drive shaft. So I started scouring Marketplace and looking for 9-inch housings. It's gonna get cut. The tubes have to be so far offset, like crazy far offset, that it didn't really matter the condition of anything as long as it was a decent housing to start with. Ended up finding a guy local that had one. It's Speedway, so it's the nodular steel. It's better than stock. It's better than getting a 60-year-old rear end and having somebody cut and weld on that. So I picked that up. So I'm excited. This is the first tangible piece of this project that I have in my hands. I found someone that's got a strange center section that's about an hour away. I might pick that up as well because it's a really good deal, and just kind of start getting parts. If I have these pieces, and I can buy rims and tires for the back of the van once I get it home, stuff the rims and tires under there, because now I know that we can cut the axles and tubes to whatever we want to. So I can put the rims and tires in the back, take the measurements, cut the housing, order the axles, get a spool, get some gears, and have that part of it together. So we'll see how this goes. I'm extremely excited about it. I hadn't really thought about doing another project. Kind of like to finish 50 Shades van at some point, but that's just time and body work. And this is something fun and honestly something that could become lucrative too for appearance money. So kind of neat. I will definitely be chronicling it as we go. I'm not going to wait and put out one long video like I've been doing with all the other stuff, because this is one I think that people like to see the build process. So that's what we're up to. We've got a 9-inch housing and we're ready to rock and roll.
All right, here